So if you saw my previous video where I covered a lot of cases for the OnePlus 7 Pro, unfortunately there wasn't a lot of heavy duty or rugged style cases available just yet. So I thought I'd come back, do a video on 3 different cases from Poetic and a unicorn beetle case by Supcase. So first let's take a look at the Poetic Revolution, probably the most rugged of these 4 cases. Now this one is only available in black right now, but typically they will come out with a few different color options. So you do get a thank you card and installation guide. Now this is the first case I've seen with a built-in screen protector for the OnePlus 7 Pro. Okay, so the power button on this one works really good. And the volume buttons work really good on this one as well. Now the interesting thing about this case is there is a little flap for the alert slider. So if you're going to use the alert slider quite a bit, I'm not sure if you're going to like that, but you could always just cut that flap off. And the nice thing is they do have a nice cutout for the front facing camera, so you won't have to worry about that being blocked. You've got a cutout on the top for the microphone. At the bottom you've got a cutout for the speaker and a flap for the charging port. And the nice thing about the hard plastic back on this one is it has a built-in kickstand. And the TPU material around the edges gives you that extra grip so you don't drop the phone. As you can see, there is an extra lip at the top and bottom to help protect that screen, even though there is a built-in screen protector. And the screen protector doesn't get in the way, you can still use the fingerprint scanner with no problems at all. So if you're looking for a heavy duty or rugged style case for the OnePlus 7 Pro, you'll definitely want to take a look at the Poetic Revolution. Now the next case is the Unicorn Beetle by Supcase. So as you can see, this one is a clear with black around the edges. And then you've got gray here on the back with the Supcase real small down at the bottom. This one looks really good on the back. I always like the clear cases just because it shows off the nebula blue color of the OnePlus 7 Pro. You've got a cutout here on the side for the alert slider. And then they put texture on the power button so it's easier to find. Now the volume buttons are real subtle. I wish they would have made those stick out just a little more, but I think it does have just enough so you can feel where they're located. And the power button on this one is super easy to use. You barely have to hit the power button on this one in order for it to work. And the volume buttons work pretty good on this one as well. Again, I think they could have made them stick out just a little bit so they're easier to find. Then you got a cutout for the microphone and the pop-up selfie camera. And you don't have any problems with the front-facing camera being blocked. Then you got cutouts for the speaker, charging port, and they even leave a cutout for the SIM card tray. Now obviously this doesn't have as much protection as the Poetic Revolution, but I do like that they give you a pretty good edge at the top and bottom to protect that curved screen. So I think this is a pretty good choice if you're looking for medium protection, but still keeping it clear on the back so you can see that nebula blue color. And the next case we're going to look at is the Poetic Affinity. And this is currently only available in one color. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we've got. So you do have a thank you card. This one sort of reminds me of the ring key case I did in my previous video, although I might like the look of this one a little bit better. So the power button definitely works the best on this one so far. And they make the volume button stick out a little bit more than the other cases. so it makes it just that much easier to use them. And you've got a cutout for the alert slider. And you can see there's a cutout for the microphone and pop-up selfie camera. And you've got a cutout for the speaker, charging port, and microphone. And I really like the back on this one. Depending on how the light hits it, it sort of makes that nebula blue shine. And then down at the bottom, you just got a real subtle Poetic logo. And this one has really good screen protection. It sticks out a little bit further than the previous case, so you can lay this one face down with no problems. And this next case is the Poetic Guardian. And this one does have a built-in screen protector like the Poetic Revolution, but this one is clear on the back, so I have a feeling I may like this one a little bit better. So you've got a welcome card and installation guide. So this case looks really nice in person. You've got almost a shiny gray. It almost looks like car paint where it's got a lot of little speckles in it when the light hits it just right. And the nice thing is the power button on this one works just as good as the Affinity. Same thing with the volume buttons. They work really good, like they're supposed to. Up at the top, you've got a cutout for the microphone and pop-up selfie camera. Then on the bottom, you've got a cutout for the speaker and you've got a flap for the charging port. The only thing I'm not sure about is the flap over the alert slider. If I end up using this case, I might just cut that off. And then you can see on the back, you've got the black TPU material around the edges. Then in the center is clear with a little bit of that gray accent with the Poetic logo. Then you've got a pretty accurate cutout for the rear facing cameras and the flash. Same thing with the Poetic Revolution. The built-in screen protector is a really nice addition. It doesn't seem to get in the way at all. Plus, you can still use your fingerprint scanner. So I don't know, to me this one seems very similar to the Poetic Revolution, but with a little bit different style. The lip on the top and bottom stick out quite a bit on this one. So with this case, you're gonna have really good screen protection. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.